All right, welcome back, everyone. Clicking Dots 2 here. We are Thursday, June 30th, 2016. So, not sure if you caught the video here, uploaded a couple of days ago, but let me tell you, Kevin Blanch and company sure have seen it, and it's right back up. So, I'm going to say this again in case you're new here. When you're a truther like myself on YouTube, your videos get taken down by YouTube for no absolute reason. And I'll debate anyone. In fact, as you can see here, the name of this video is how the fraud is promoted by YouTube, by Google, because this is what we've seen time and time again. People have been charged in Canada and USA and other places in the world when they've pretended to have cancer, but not here on YouTube. For some reason, Kevin Blanch can go on and lie and lie and lie and lie about his AML leukemia cancer, which he's never had. Not once. In the video, go watch it. Like I said, I just re-uploaded. So if you're new here, get ready to see my videos re-uploaded because they're going to keep taking them down. Okay, I just got up this morning. This is what we get. This is what I get in my email. Okay, I wake up to find out that I'm somehow violating the guidelines, community guidelines at YouTube. I don't think so, YouTube. You need to get your shit show together. You're violating, you're promoting fraud, scams. And I'll show again in the most recent video. Kevin Blanch just uploaded this here a little while ago. Again, I'll share again how he's lying again. It's an absolute fraud. Why doesn't YouTube remove his videos? Why isn't Kevin Blanch? People have said that in my comments. Okay, we all know he didn't get AML leukemia. Why isn't he being charged? As I said, he's connected with the Freemasons. He's an absolute fraud. The Freemasons have infiltrated both the Canadian and US government, as well as roughly about 120 some other countries. We are surrounded by fraud. People have even complained about the police force. I'm like, yeah, shit, yeah, even here in Vancouver Island, it's fraud. The police force is fraud. No, I'm not saying everyone in the police force is fraud. I'm saying that people at the very top, they're fraud. They're liars. It's the same thing even with my virtual brokers platform, how I showed you folks, you know, the people that I speak to in the office, they all seem okay. It's the higher up. Fraud. Even the brokerage firms are fraud. So in this latest one, as you can see, there's no misleading description here. The tags and the titles and the thumbnails all relate to people that are on YouTube that are either promoting fraud themselves, promoting Kevin Blanch, or promoting Fukushima fraud, and that's why I use them as tags. Okay, if you're wondering, I'm going to continue this. There'll be repetitive content. I want to let you know, folks, that as YouTube takes down my videos, I will re-upload them again. If you've already seen them once and you want to go see them again, that's totally up to you. But I'm asking you to please do a little pit stop here and at least give it a thumbs up, because your original thumb up is no longer there. The video is gone. It's been taken down. I had to re-upload it again. So now what I'm doing, I've made a point of this here. As I make a video, as soon as it's done, I download it back onto my hard drive. So when they turn around and they have the video taken down 2, 3, 5 days later, a week later, 2 weeks later, I will re-upload the video. So if you don't mind doing a little pit stop, come on in, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment if you want. As I said, if you've already left a comment in the past, it's been taken away. This is how it works on YouTube. I hate to say it. I wish it wasn't so. I wish I could say it's free, it's honest, and YouTube is going to support the truth movement. It's not. YouTube, Google is part of the fraud. Let's all get it through our heads here. They're not here to help us. YouTube is here to screw you over. Help promote flat earth bullshit. All the scammers interconnected. I've been making a point of how the people on YouTube, many of the YouTube channels, how they all interconnected right back up the mainstream media. Come on, that's no coincidence. Give me a freaking bloody break. So someone said, how come you got so many thumbs down? And this is the video that I just uploaded. As you can see, it's only been up for less than an hour. There's already 12 thumbs down. The guy says, Michael Gallen says, why so many thumbs down? I said, because Kevin Blanch has many fake accounts, and it's some of them are not even his fake accounts. Some of them are people that listen to Kevin Blanch that don't have the kahuna, the balls to actually come in here and leave a comment with me, because they know I can debunk all their bullshit right down to the AML cancer that we know he has never had. Never showed a single symptom, not a single video of him being in the hospital. In fact, that's the thumbnail that I show in this that video, the only time we've ever seen Kevin Blanch in the hospital during all these months that he apparently said he was going under chemotherapy was the one time. And it's not even a regular like it's not a hospital room where he's laying and resting after doing his chemotherapy. It's a checkup room. He hasn't lost any weight. He was tan in the damn picture, for Christ's sake. Come on, get real, people. No bleeding gum disease, no pale skin color, no lack of breath. The guy's in full shape, hasn't stopped, nonstop. And I mean nonstop fraud, okay? Nonstop on YouTube, giving people the bullshit. And the best is, like I said, he says he claims he still has AML cancer, because if you watch the clip in there, I show how he was even at the San Onofre meeting, and he goes on to tell everyone at the San Onofre meeting that his body is full of leukemia, AML cancer. Come on, people knew right there he is full of shit. And that's why they're all laughing at him in the meeting. Go watch the video in case you're new here. This is where you're going to get informed. I'm not about showing my face. I'm about pulling out the facts, and we're going to get into his latest story. The soft shell clams. He can't even report the story, the real story. He's always got to twist it every time. So that's why we got so many thumbs down. Okay, guys, I just want to let you know. And travel with style, thank you very much. It's so good to see somebody else who's done either some research, or maybe he knew this all along. He's got to figure it out. It's exactly what I said in the video. Thorium. Thorium. Thorium, thorium. Please, we can have clean nuclear plants. Please wake up. Please, those of you that hate me, hate nuclear, love Kevin Blanch, get yourself informed. Thorium. Don't even listen to my video. Do a research on the word itself. Thorium. Come on, you'll get it figured out. It's not that tough. Okay, so my videos, it's going to be repetitive. I'm sorry here, but the fraud is back at it again. Just listen to this crap. Just listen to this.
He tied the old wine bottle, that old cheap wine bottle was hanging around that. So I remember I drank a shot of it the night before I got sick, before I got cancer. Leukemia is a... Look at that. Yeah. So as I've walked all the way from Mexico to along the beach, on the beach. I walk on the beach. You know, so what if...
Yeah, so again, it's the same bullshit, and it's sad, eh? He brings in his grandson in the fraud. I can't believe it. Does the mother not know what's going on? I have a feeling his daughter, because that's Kevin Blanch's grandson there. I believe Kevin Blanch's daughter even knows that her father is scamming people. She don't give a shit. Or maybe she doesn't watch his videos. And in his latest video, this is all you're going to see here, by the way, a sheet of tin, roof tin. That's it. And he puts up these little things here. He says that apparently he found all of these various articles when he was walking the beach from Mexico to California when he had cancer. Oh, come on, come on. Anyways, if you're stupid enough to feel that bullshit, like I said, go watch the video, okay? Absolute lies and frauds that are promoted by YouTube, okay? They'll keep taking down my videos. I'm going to keep going at it because, like it or not, people want the truth, and I'm going to promote it here. So in his latest video, outbreaks of leukemia, again, it's what? It's Fukushima news. It's not. That's the sad part. It's not. And he leaves a link, and you know what? Folks won't even go click on the damn link. That's the sad part. And I don't think either that the 42 thumbs up are real. People have said that. How can he get so many? It's his fake accounts. He gives himself a thumbs up. I've said that. He even opened up fake 3 new accounts that I know of, and he leaves comments to himself. He speaks to himself in his own comments, for Christ's sake. Come on, get real, okay? He spams his own comment section. Get real. So Paul Mobley and the rest of them totally lost these people. I mean, apart from the fact that he's telling you the truth about the particles, other than that, Paul is absolutely lost. So what I've done is I've actually pulled up, okay, the story, the link that he promotes in his YouTube channel, in his latest video, I should say, of June 29, 2016. And this is it right here from National Geographic. Okay, National Geographic. It was posted June 23rd, 2016. It's catching. If you're a clam, infectious cancer spreading in soft shell clams and other mollusks. And people are saying, yeah, no, he's saying the truth. No, again, it's Fukushima news, but it's not. It's not Fukushima news. You people need to get real and do your research on this shit. It's so sad. So the story goes on here that it sounds like a plot of summer horrific flick, malignant cells floating in the sea, ferrying infectious cancers everywhere they go. People are saying, see, it's in the sea, it's in the sea. Wake up and read the whole damn article. I can't believe it. These people fall for the bullshit that he promotes on YouTube. Okay? It goes on to say that the story is all too true, say scientists who have made a discovery they call beyond surprising. Outbreaks of leukemia that have devastated populations of soft-shell clams along the east coast of the US and Canada. Did you get that, folks? Along the east coast, not the west coast, the east coast. No Fukushima here. No. Oh, it's irradiation plants over on the east coast. Oh, which one is leaking in such massive amounts now that's caught? I'm so tired of the bullshit here, okay? So obviously there's a problem, and I think this relates right back to my Pacific Blob video. I'm not sure if you caught it, but you know, I'm not going to force you to go watch it, but this was uploaded a month ago. I can see quite a few people have stopped in to see it, and I spoke about the Pacific Blob. And in that video, I spoke about how that red hot spot on our side, the exact same scenario was happening on the East Coast. Is it the Pacific Blob? I'm not quite sure, but one thing we do know is that when the pH level of the ocean or any water, even your aquarium or even a jacuzzi or a pool, when the pH goes out of whack, what happens? Well, you got all types of algae that starts growing in there. Your water goes green, right, or pissy yellow. Well, it's the same thing with the ocean. When the ocean, the pH level of the water itself begins to change, it affects marine lives. And just as I've been making or sharing the videos here on cancer over at Connecting Dots 2, that's one of the underlying themes we found time and time again, is that when a lot of the cancer patients have their pH level out of whack, they are acidic. And just like the pool or the jacuzzi, when the pH level is out of whack, well, then you have that fungus starting to grow. And oddly enough, this is what many of the alternative scientists have labeled cancer, a fungus. So when your pH is out of whack, you have a proper environment for growth of the fungi. So the fungi in this case would be the cancer. All right, so back to the article here again. It talks about the East Coast and US, Canada are the result of cancerous tumor cells making their way from one clam to another. So yes, it is a true story, but it began on the East Coast. It has nothing to do with Fukushima. The evidence indicates that tumor cells themselves are contagious, that they can spread from one clam to another in the ocean, say biochemist and immunologist Stephen Joff of Columbia University, as well as who's the other guy, Michael Metzer here of Columbia. Okay, so it says that this week the team reported new findings in the journal Nature. Transmissible cancer has been discovered in 3 more bivalve species: mussels in the West Coast, that's Canada, cockles in Spain, and golden carpet shell clams also in Spain. Not Fukushima. No, no, no. Start on the East Coast. Yes, we do have a problem here that they discovered. And as I said before, if you very shortly here, what I want to do is go on this Pacific tour here, Expedition for Life up to Dana Durnford's beach. And when I come back from there, I'll be interviewing, as I mentioned, I have contact, I was given contact with the, I'm trying to think of her name right now, Drew Harvell from Cornell University. Oh, here we go. I was looking for the paper. It's right here. Yes, Drew Harvell from Cornell University. I'll be speaking to her regarding this whole mystery disease that broke out here, the starfish disease, because she's been heading that whole research. So I don't want to call her right away. What I want to do is go out on this Expedition for Life right along Powell River, and at that point I'll come back and I'll have a live interview. And so if you have any questions, please post them in the comment section of this video. I'll come back and check it. Okay, so any questions regarding the shellfish or the mystery disease that broke out with the starfish, please post your comments there or your questions for her, and I'll make sure I ask her when I interview her. So going back to the story again here, yeah, this week they reported here Vancouver and Spain, and it goes on to say that this the mussel here, Mytilus throsulus, is the main native intertidal mussel in the northern Pacific. In North America, it's found from Alaska to California. It goes on to say that the Ceroderma Cerastoderma edule is widely distributed from Norway to the coast of West Africa, and Polypetapats, whatever, Eurus, is common in coastal waters of Spain and nearby nations. The plot thickens soft shell clams and their relatives, okay? The range of the soft shells extends from the eastern North American coastline from Canada down to the U.S. southeast. The species are also found along the UK coast, as well as in the North Sea, Wadden Sea, where it's the dominant large clam. Soft shell clams, also called steamers, long necks, and split clams, are popular in seafood markets and on restaurant menus. For those who favor clams on the half shell, the researchers believe that the clam leukemia can't be contracted by eating potentially infected clams. Woohoo! Let's hope they're right about that one, eh? So yeah, you may want to jump right in or just kind of avoid it altogether, but this is what they're saying so far that they believe. Does that give you a whole lot of confidence? They believe at this point. I wouldn't eat it, okay? It's the same thing with the red tide. When they're infected here on the coast, any coast, when you have the red tide, you don't want to be eating any of these bivalves, okay? Because the bivalves live off filtering out the water, their water filters. So it goes on to say that can't be infected by clams nor by swimming in the sea. And that I believe because you'd have to be drinking an awful lot of water. But long story short, the clams bioaccumulate it, and that could be a risk. Okay, it goes on to say here that Maya arenaris shell is made of calcium carbonate and is thin and easily broken, hence the name soft shell. The clams live buried in tidal mud flats, some 6 to 10 inches under the surface. It extends its paired siphons through the mud hole to filter seawater for food. This is what I was saying. They filter the seawater, okay? Water often spurts from the siphons, a tip off for larger clams. So for clam diggers, sorry. And I'll try to find some of that as I head on to Dana Durnford's coastline here. We'll see if I can find some of those holes, and we'll get you some squirting happening. The, means and opportunity. The disease, clam diggers likely won't wipe out a mudflat soft shells, but leukemia may. The cancer, it's believed, originated in one unfortunate mollusk. It's astounding, Joff said, that a leukemia that has killed countless clam traces to one incidence of the disease on the East Coast. As the cancer cells divide, break free, and make their way into other clams, leukemia has infected soft shells along more than 600 miles of the coastline. It's now found on the northern Newfoundland to Chesapeake Bay, nearly the entire soft shell's entire range. The prospects for disease control, therefore, aren't very promising. Only 2 other transmissible cancers are known in the wild: canine viral disease in dogs and Tasmanian devil facial tumor disease spread when one Tasmanian devil bites another. While soft shell clams and related mollusks go the way of the Tasmanian devils, which means they happen to bite each other, whatever, come close to each other, now listed as an endangered on the UICN, International Union of Conservation of Nature, red list of threatened species. No one knows. So we don't know if it's going to go that way, but there's a possibility if this keeps spreading at this point. It doesn't look very good. On the loose, from New York to Maine to Prince Edward Island. Again, this is on the East Coast, not Fukushima related. In their studies of the clam cancer, Jeff and colleagues found that a particular sequences of DNA, which they appropriately named steamer, was found at high levels in leukemia-ridden clam shells, while normal soft shell cells contain only 2 to 5 copies of steamer. Cancer cells may have 150 copies. The researchers at first thought this difference was a result of genetic amplification process within each individual clam, but when Merzer analyzed the genomes of cancer cells from soft shells collected in Port Jefferson, New York, St. George, Maine, Larrabee Cove, Maine, and Dunk Estuary in Prince Edward Island, he was astounded. The cancer cells were identical to one another at genetic level. They were clones, Metzer said. Adds Jeffs, we were astonished to realize that the tumors did not arise from the cells of their diseased host animals, but rather from a rogue clonal cell line that had spread over large geographic distances. The cells can survive in seawater long enough to reach and infect a new host, the scientists found. They aren't sure, however, how many mollusk species ultimately might be able to contract the leukemia, but the new findings suggest that transmissible cancers are more common than researchers suspected. Not good news. Where's the trigger? Biologist Ann Bodger here of Westchester University in Pennsylvania believes environmental contaminants may be the sparks that set off mollusks' leukemia. Environmental contaminants. Remember, this happened on the East Coast, not at Fukushima on the West Coast. She and colleagues studied soft-shell clams in 3 coastal New England locales: New Bedford Harbor, Massachusetts, Hampton Harbor, and New Hampshire, and Ogunquit in Maine. Frequencies of terminal clam neoplasia are correlated with chronic environmental contamination. Botger and colleagues reported in a 2013 paper in the journal Northeastern Naturalist that's likely involved in disease transmission by compromising their clams' innate immune systems and making them more susceptible to infectious disease. Yeah, the clams are infected with the environmental contamination, and that's how the disease is able to get through here, according to them. Butker found the most clam leukemia in New Bedford Harbor. One of 3 research sites, New Bedford Harbor, had the highest levels of contaminants, including PCBs. Once leukemia is established in a soft shell population, Butker discovered it kills 40 to 100% of the clams. That's not good. What will happen in other mollusk species? Question mark, she says. Honestly, Jeff, it's too soon to know. So is it all Fukushima? Obviously not at this point, right? So we just debunked again Kevin Blanch and his Fukushima bullshit fraud. What? Don't be surprised if YouTube ends up taking this video down also, because they're saying, shit, he's proving the guy's a liar and we're promoting the fraud. Get with it, YouTube. Get with it, okay? Because we sure as hell know that we know that Kevin Blanch did not get AML cancer. And if you're still stuck on stupid, YouTube, I strongly suggest you go check out my video so you can get up to par on this stuff and wake up to one of YouTube's biggest frauds here that you're absolutely promoting. And in this latest story, again, debunked again, can't even share the proper information with his subscribers. It's all about Fukushima, not showing them how it actually, it's over on the East Coast. That's where the whole thing began in the first place. So I'll mention this again, that my videos, another form of censorship that's taking place on YouTube, is that many of my videos here are not showing up in 1080p or even 720p. You look at the video, you're watching it in 720p, but the video does not look any better than a 360 or a 480p. And I believe that's just a new form of censorship that's taking place on YouTube. So the steamers, yeah, we've steamed Kevin here one more time. Blanch is blanched from the hot steam coming from connecting dots too. And again here, if you're just tuning in, I'll remind you that my YouTube was taking down this video here, and I'm re-uploading now as they get taken down. So if you happen to come across the video a second time, please go re-leave your comment another time and re-thumb it up again, because this is what we got to deal with on YouTube. fraud promoted by YouTube itself. Okay, so that's it for this video. Just want to let you know that, yeah, Fukushima fraudsters are not letting up. Take care, folks.